Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm Woodlands welcome to your chairman, Mr. David Miller.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Oh, what a wonderful Friday night audience we've got. Welcome to the Hippodrome. Originally an exclusive emporium of eminent education, but to be transformed this evening into a stadium of Olympian standards. What about that? Where the Woodlanders proudly present at enormous, yes, their 35th successive production, featuring an adulated, absorbing amalgam of accomplished athletes. Because the first part of our show this year, ladies and gentlemen, is in respect of the wonderful, marvellous 2012 Olympic Games. That is very fitting because our musical director this evening is an Olympic medalist. Yes. He won gold in the keyboard sprint. He is young. He is handsome. And what is more, he can play the piano not just with one hand, but with both hands at one and the same time. What about that? And that is 4 firsts for Woodlands. Here he is, just like one of our previous musical directors, the Sounds of Froome himself, Mr. Kim Hyde, who's here this evening. As dapper, dashing and debonair as ever, Mr. Sam Aylesbury. 20 years ago, Kim and I could both have worn suits like that, you know.
50 years ago.
You're probably right, actually. Those who are able and so inclined, will you please be upstanding for the national anthem. Fantastic voice, ladies and gentlemen. Settle back, settle down for the opening ceremony. And we have been very, very fortunate to have assistance in the opening ceremony from Danny Boyle. What about that? Whoa. Now you will notice that the Olympic cauldron has not yet been lit, but we have a relay, the last relay runner, the last torchbearer, who is a real Olympian. He's doing the last leg from Friggle Towers here to the Hippodrome. So give him... Now, I don't know who it is. You don't know who it is. None of us do. But give him a big, big hand to the Olympic torch bearer for the final leg. Big hand. Hey! That's not quite what I had in mind, I must admit. Can you light the cauldron? Oh no, I don't think you can. Do you want a hand with lighting the cauldron, oh boy? Oh, here we come.
Oh, no.
Do everything yourself.
Stagehand. This could take a long time. Talk amongst yourselves.
Even longer if you can't go to Athens.
Now, which games were you in? Was it the 2012 Olympic Games? No, I don't think it was the 1948 ones. I don't think it was the 1990. No, look, go down there. You all right? Flesh is coming through that string vest just like chips, isn't it? That's a new line. Enough of entertainment. Let's get on with the show. So please welcome the highly trained and superbly fit athletes of the Woodlands Team GB.
We are the boys and girls of Britain. We are as fit as we can be. We are the sailors, swimmers, rowers. We train all day, all paid for by the lottery. We've done our push-ups and our star jumps. We're living our Olympic dream. We've all got our hopes up. We're members of the Woodlands team. Young Johnny Jonesy had a cute little boat, and all the girlies he would take for a float. He had girlies on the shore, sweet little peaches by the score. But Master Johnny was a wise one, you know. His steady girl was Flo, and every Sunday afternoon she'd jump in his boat and they would spoon. And then they'd row, row, row. Way up the river he would row, row, row. Oh, he'd give her then he'd kiss her now and then. She would tell him when. They'd fool around and then they'd kiss again. And then they'd row, row, row. A little further he would row. Then he'd drop off his oars, take a few more on boards, and then he'd row, row, row. And then he'd row, row, row. Way up the river he would row, row, row. A hug he'd give her, then he'd kiss her now and then. She would tell him when. They'd fool around and then they'd kiss again. And then they'd row, row, row. A little further he would row. Then he'd drop both his oars, take a few more encores, and then he'd row, row, row.
I've been a wild rower for many a year, but I'm sluggish and fat through McDonald's and beer. I used to row singles, but now do no more. For an accident, change me narrow cocks, let's
Oh.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will we win a gold medal. No, never, no more.
I went into a clubhouse I used to frequent, and there I did ask if my oar could be bent. I asked for selection, they answered me nay, not with rullocks like yours, they're all rusted.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will we win a gold medal. No, never, no more.
All going for gold was my dream of glory, and the London Olympics was the last chance for me. I practiced all day and I practiced all night, but I didn't get better, my technique.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will we win a gold medal. No, never, no more.
On a lake out of Eton, the rowing took place. Well, we all soon got beaten, got egg on our face. Our oars, they got tangled, and I caught some crab. Well, the ointment is working, but the wife is still mad.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will we win a gold medal. No, never, no more. So we missed out on London, no medals for we, and we never did taste of Olympic glory. No Redgrave or Pinsent, no gold in great store, and we never will ship our rullocks no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will we win a gold medal. No, never, no more.
One more time.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will we win a gold medal. No, never, no more.
Our oarsmen with a rumbustrous, rollicking rendition. And of course the Woodlanders featuring many familiar faces and just one, and making her debut with the Society this year, together of course with Sam, who is also here for the first time. Now, looking out there, have we got any...
Excuse me, you.
I thought we got rid of him.
I've just had a telegram from my brother.
Oh!
I'm very worried. Is that letter there an I or an O?
It's an I.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I thought he'd shot himself.
Oh. Temptation's going to be too great one night. So, hands up, any first-timers out there this evening? So does that mean... Oh, Rupert, and you got up the front as well. Yeah. So does that mean all of the rest of you been to Woodland shows before? Yes. God, we've never had that many companies. Well, you will know, and those who are here for the first time should know, that audience participation is the key to successful musical and the lifeblood of musical. So, if there is some act that you particularly like or really takes your fancy, highly unlikely, I know, but in the event that it does, then vigorous applause and vigorous stamping of your feet will be welcome. Also, do please, as you have so beautifully in that opening number, join in the choruses. And comments to the chairman, which I have to say, historically have never been of a complimentary nature. If you wish to rewrite history, that would be more than welcome. So enjoy yourselves and join in. She is beginning to see the light, which we just are with Olympic gold. Will you welcome, please, Miss Janet Monk.
I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never wink back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now when you turn the lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadowboxing in the dark. Then you came across the spark that's for a love fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my mind. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadowboxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark that's for a love fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my mind. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light.
Janet Monk. We now revert to our Olympic theme and we go back 2,060 years to the 48 BC Olympics held at the Colosseum in Rome, where our host and investigative journalist seeks to recreate and find out some of the thought processes that have gone behind forming the Olympics and leading up to the modern Olympic Games. And our host bears a striking resemblance to a modern day TV personality. So here he is with some old friends that he introduces us to, together with some even older jokes. And the jokes build to a crescendo. And when we get towards that, I'll let you know when it's coming by holding this up. Because otherwise you might not notice. So here he is, the hostess with the mostess, Davidus Frostus. Yes.
Salve bonum vespere et hospitate. Or for those of you in the outer reaches of the Empire, hello, good evening, and welcome. Welcome to the special edition of the Frostus Report, coming to you direct from trackside at the Colosseum, just over the road from the even more famous Woodlands Hippodrome. Now, the Olympic Games, the modern Olympic Games, have of course always been shrouded in controversy, and this year is absolutely no exception. And I will be inviting some special guests in to help me this evening to look at some of the burning issues surrounding these games. And they are... May I introduce to you Professor Lucio Lascivious from the Universitatum of Aquae-Sulis.
Bed bath to you.
And from the campaign for the real Olympics, Nymphomania Garamophilopolis. The major issue, though, surrounding the Games this year is nudity or clothing. So, to bear or not to bear, that is the question. Now, you, sir, are backing a call for introducing clothing into sports. Why are you backing the introduction of sportswear, Mr. Nike Adidas?
Well, you have to realise that our Olympic Games are now not just ours, they belong to the whole world. We have at least 7 other countries taking part now. And we have competitors coming as far away as Cappadocia in the east to Cardiff in the wherever it might be. Probably washed away if it carries on raining like this. However, the athletes, you see, we know what they're like, but we do try and persuade them to send our athletes over here. But they have problems, you see, putting up pictures, frescoes on their walls of nude athletes before the watershed. They do have also problems remembering that over here in these more temperate climates we do actually do sport in the nude.
So there is a credibility issue.
As well.
What are you saying to this, nymphomania?
Well, this is nonsense, this trashing of our fine Olympic tradition of nudity. All that glistening muscle and stretched sinew, six-packs, thighs are like a trade trunks. Where was he? Yes, of course. It's nothing to do with this politically correct or correct rubbish. It's all about the filthy lucre, the wonder, the money.
Professor, if I may bring you in here, you have been working on some of the technology underpinning these modern Olympic Games.
Yes, Terridus, yes. We have been working very hard to refine the timing of the Olympic events effectively. But we have come up with this new high-tech invention. The secundus glass. And we are now even thinking of attaching it to competitors' wrists for personalised time keeping.
So you are in fact in favour of equipment and clothing and the like?
No, not really. Now, you see, where I come from in Bath, athletes find it very hard to train in these northern climes. They don't call it Brass Knockers Hill up there for nothing. Yes, there is, yes. But personally, I like this Greco-Roman wrestling, you know, all this testosterone and olive oil. I prefer it in the nude.
Yes.
Thank you, citizen. Bunch of plebs, these are. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Adidas?
Well, I think the best thing to say is we'll have a quick chorus of thanks for the memory for the... Now, what I would like to say is tempus... You know, no, come on. What I would like to say is tempus fugit.
Sorry?
Tempus fugit.
Oh, you mean tempus fugit?
You fugit, oh. Now we have to move with the times, and therefore I have managed to get together a little consortium of businessmen. There's Julian, Julius and Brutus have got together to form JJB Sporters.
Never laugh.
I think it's worth trying once. And we have created some of the latest fashionable sportswear. Now, there's no point in me trying to describe it. The best thing I can do is introduce to you my model who will be wearing some of this gear for you. So, straight from Airfix, will you welcome, please, Sandy?
Hey!
We had hoped to get young Tom Daly. Instead, we got old Once Weekly. Now, you will notice this sportswear is specifically designed for all athletes. It has the off-the-shoulder look for those who are going to be doing throwing events. And there is plenty of leg room lower down for those who might be taking part. God knows what that one is, but I ain't taking part in it. However, that is the sort of thing we are thinking that athletes might be happy to wear. We have actually been in touch with the wonderful Bradleyus Wiggins, who of course won the magnificent Tour de Gaulle only a few months back. in his chariot. Yeah, and he's going to be wearing some of our sportswear because he has found it rather drafty going round the corners sometimes.
Disgraceful, disgraceful. What?
Nothing wrong with that. It's a lovely bit of gear, that. So that's what we're hoping to do in future. We have done some research also, and we are able to prove categorically that wearing clothes will improve the performance of the athletes.
How so?
Well, particularly those doing the high jump. Makes them clear the bar by a good 9 inches.
What do you say to that, Nymphomane?
Nikos, I say it's a sad attack on our traditions.
Oh, come on. I mean, you've got to move on, haven't you? I mean, we've got to keep up with the times. We've got to move on. I mean, look at the terrible health and safety issues we're coming up with now. Well, look what happened only last week to that unfortunate 4x400 relay team.
The Trojans.
The Trojans. I mean, the poor old soul. I mean, he was a bit short-sighted. And he genuinely thought he'd got hold of the baton. And he had got halfway round the track before he found it.
But the Wooden Horse Choir had a cracking alto.
We have suggested to the Olympic Committee that in future they always paint the baton blue. And the trouble with that is if those ancient Britons don't stop wearing blue woad,
Could be the road to ruin.
come on, all together or not at all.
But what about the legacy aspects of the game?
Of course there is that. There's the built legacy in particular. Look at the wonderful buildings I had left over from Pompeii.
Yes, it's the shame the fireworks got out of hand at the closing ceremony.
Yes, it was a real blast.
And that's not the only thing. They are going to do away with our winning ceremony.
Oh, but that's all old hat now.
Oh, this nonsense. No, not this gold medal rubbish. Keep it simple. Just a wreath of laurel and a Greek urn.
What's a Greek urn?
About 4 drachmas a week.
There we are. Our host, Gavin Frosters, of course, Glyn Carpenter, who together with his lovely wife Christine has written a lot of the novel material, many of the ideas created and thought out by Graham Harding, and of course other members of the cast. Our next 2 acts, or next 2 events, have an aquatic theme to them. So it is straight to the swimming pool, ladies and gentlemen. Will our artistes be out of their depth? Will they sink or swim as they go to any lengths to entertain? They are, and I think a lot of you gentlemen will definitely be overcome. Some of the finest feminine forms that you can imagine. Pulchitudinal perfection in a Piscean performance of pyrotechnics. Just like the sturgeons who are here this evening. They swim like fishes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is synchronized swimming. Synchronised swimming or shark's revenge? What about that bearded mermaid at the back? Now, real danger as we move to the open seas and pay tribute to our Olympic sailors at Weymouth. Will their vessels make waves?